Hello everybody, Walter here. Welcome to the second episode of my Let's Play series for Shapez. Towards the end of the previous episode, we finally unlocked blueprints, which allows us to do copy-paste operations for a cost, which should increase our building speed, but on the other hand, the shapes we're going to need in the future are going to get more and more numerous and complex. So this will be a somewhat lengthy episode until we reach free play. And with that said, let's actually get started. And the first thing I would like to do is one thing I forgot towards the end of the previous episode, and that is currently I have two belts of these shapes here, but I actually need one of its precursors, namely this star here for my upgrades for the extraction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of one of these two here. For example, this one at the top there. And then also I'm going to get rid of this half here. It's no longer needed. As is this half down there. Then obviously I will have to change the connection. And then over here, just going to connect this half here. And now one half is turned into this shape and the other half is running into the hub again, which is very important for this extraction tier here. Now, with that said, the next shape would be this one here, but I'm going to do a lot of copy-pasting in the future, and just one build full of those copy-paste or blueprint shapes is not enough, especially if it's not even a full build, as you can see here. So the first thing I'm going to do is build an array for 4 full of those lines, and for that let's check if I can find maybe a better spot than the one over there. Is there circles in the vicinity? Not really. Just looking around. You have another one there, but again no circles in the vicinity. That is a bit annoying. Just checking. Doesn't look too good actually. Yeah, seems like I will have to build it in the... Oh, I have one up here. That looks like a pretty good spot, although it's a bit far out, but that is not really much of an issue. I have also all of the colors in the vicinity. That is good. So I'm going to build my array over here and then run the lines in parallel at the bottom there. So let's get started. So I need a module, and the first module is going to start with the painters here, and then the stacker in the middle. Then I do need a mixer here, another mixer there. So this is a slightly different philosophy. So this here will be one module that does everything, and I just need to provide the raw materials from the bottom, instead of having one module that does just one step and then I need to build another module for the next step. But so I need these here. I need one there, I need one there, I need one there, I need 2 there, and I need also 2 there. That should be all of these. Now I don't have the next generation of tunnels, so I need to make this a little bit bigger than it's strictly necessary. Then the output goes down there, and then I need my tunnels. So the first tunnel goes down there, and the other tunnels go upwards. And just to increase the speed a bit, I'm going to build these here first. Come on. So this and this there. I can get rid of these again. And I can place these here. And you can see basically all of the lines are extended, although I can actually use normal belts here, are extended there, and all I need to do is just add a copy on top and it will automatically connect to the copy below. Now I'm just going to build 4 copies next to each other, so I want 4 full belts. All I need to do is 4 next to each other, 8 on top, and that is all I need for that. So let's get the first modules built, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is all I'm going to need at the top there. Let's actually simplify this a little bit. Also at the bottom I don't need these here and can instead run belts in there. Later on, all I need though is the output. And that is the first one I'm going to actually deal with. So the outputs will go all the way to the side here. Wait, that's the wrong spot actually. I need to do this with this here over there first. So just going to very quickly clean all of this here up. Then I'm going to grab myself one of these and place them here. Then this one here goes straight over. Then this one on top. And so on. And so on. Just going for a clean gameplay. So then I can add a couple of these here. I'm actually going to make a... Let's just put a copy somewhere I can quickly copy again. So and then I'm just going to add these here where needed. That was actually not required. And then all I need is these here. And I have my first layer of the belts basically done and can work on getting the next layer of materials in. And it doesn't really matter in the order I'm using here, although it's usually a good idea to go with the blue last because I need 8 lines of them and that is a bit tricky with just normal belts or tunnels. So I would say the shapes are next, so let's start with these here. I need 4 of them. And wait, come on. Let's get over here. And then, that is actually the correct one already. Just going to run them in parallel. And all I need to do now is repeat this process for all of the required materials. And every time I have enough blueprint shapes to add a few more modules, I'm also going to continue building those towers here. And yeah, let's just continue over here and I'll come back to you once I have all of this here in place. And all of the belts are now in place. I also have 2 more upgrades, so one for extraction, one for painting. And we are also 3/4 done with those towers here. Now, let's worry about the outputs, which I still need to connect to the hub actually. Now, the first thing is if I look in here, I see, okay, the circles are done. I don't need them anymore, so I can get rid of, well, not all of that, at least this part here. Then down here, I think I'm also done with those here. Yeah, so I can also get rid of these here and simplify that a bit. Then this can all go. And this here can go. I still need these here. For now, I think I also need these still. Yeah, so I'll leave them in place. Now, let's see. This one here, I'm going to move down to here. Then with a tunnel over and then into this input. Then the stars I will move in through here. And now I have only this one here left, which I'm just going to tunnel over. And then in there. So and now I can just connect them like so. And now I have basically 5 full belts coming in, which is going to increase the entire thing and speed everything up. So then let's add the last few ones here at the top. As you can see, this is now speeding through the blueprint shapes, and very soon I should have enough to finish this up. which is not going to take too much longer actually. So another 2. And one last segment. And once that is done, I can make the last simplification over here. And this here is no longer required. Okay, that's looking very good already. Next up, it's finally time to worry about this shape, which is also upgrading the mixing and painting. And for that, I need circles and rectangles and all of the colors. And I think this area is a good one for that. But before that, I think I'm actually going to collect some blueprint patterns in this area here. And here we go. If I need to do any mixing, painting, stacking or windmills, I can just get over here to the blueprints old and copy from here. I also prepared in advance for when I have more materials, primarily in the compact splitter, the alternatives that are, as you can see here, a bit more compact. But for now, let's get started. And as I said, the next target is this shape here, which I'm going to build in this area. So let's just put down a marker for now. I can quickly jump back and forth. Then I'm going to grab myself the painters. And I'm going to place 2 here. Then let's go and grab the color mixing. 1 needs to go in there. And then I need 1 here. So this is for the white. And this is for the purple. Then I need the rectangles next. Those go in there. I need the circles from up here. Those go in down there. Then I need the colors. Namely, I need 2 blue, 1 green, and 2 red. So then let's see. So that's the purple rectangles. And then I need those colors here. To get the white circles. And now it's time to get the stacker. And that needs to be placed right here. So this is the bottom one. And this is then the top one. Then I just need to run this. Let's see. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Yeah, let's run this straight down here. And then in there. And here the shapes are already being provided, at least the first ones. And yeah, it's going to spool up pretty quickly. Very nice to see that. And then next up I would say I go for this shape here. So for that I need circles and stars. Let's see, where are they? I have a lot of stars over here. And almost nowhere else it appears. Yeah, I will have to build this over here. So I am going to need red and green, I believe. Yeah, red and green. So red, green, and here are the shapes. Okay, that's looking good. So this is our new temp. And now I'm just going to build a corresponding setup over here. And done. So I now have the red stars and the yellow circles stacked on top of each other. I also have a second line which stacks an additional white star on top of that, since that is the next shape in that line. And currently I am basically just disconnecting this part here, so everything is moved into this line, and then later on, once I need the next shape, I just need to switch this connection and then don't need to do anything else. But in the intermediate time, I think we now have enough of these circles here, so all of that can go now. That is no longer needed. As is this part there. Then I can reuse this input here. For this here. I also think I'm now done with these here. Although, no, I think I still need a few more of these. Similarly there, but I can get rid of these half rectangles here. They are no longer required. And let's check. I still need more of those. So that is pretty much all I can get rid of for now. Although, yeah, I'm also done with the normal rectangles now. I can also clean that up. So, just removing what I no longer need and opening up a couple more entrances here. So, next on the agenda, with this here running and being prepared for the future, I think we should consider working towards this shape here. And as you can see, it's a white circle, nothing new there, and a windmill in blue. So I need a half windmill shape, like this one there. Are there circles in the vicinity? Yes, and I also have the colors somewhat nearby. So I think I'm going to build a few more of these windmill makers here. So let's see. How many can I fit in here? For now, I'm going with 3 actually. I can make use of those later on. So then just going to need these here. And then I need to connect them, and hopefully I have enough space for all of them. Not in this instance here. So I will have to get a bit tricky there. So, in there. Then this here I'm just going to rotate around. So this one here goes in there. This one in there. And this one in there. And now I have 3 whole windmill shapes. 2 of which I'm not going to use right now, but for later shapes they will become very important. I might even have need for a 4th one later on, although then I might no longer need these here. But let's get started on this shape here. So again, I'm going to skip ahead until I have a decent setup right here. And I think I'm going to put in a temp 2, just so I can find back to this point, spot here. And here we are. We now have our blue windmills and the white circles, and now we also have a second type of tunnel which will not interfere with the first type and also has a greater range. I also am producing this shape here in blue, which fortunately enough was close by, for the next level of this setup. So basically I need these here, but I also need them with the layer below, and similar to before, I just need to change the connection here and then I can get that working. Now, time to deliver this to the hub. Yeah, let's go in there. And that is all I need to do with that shape. Next up, we don't need to deliver actually a certain amount of items, but we need to deliver them at a certain speed. And currently I can deliver per belt 6 per second, so I need 2 belts. So the first thing I am going to do actually is a little change down here. So I'm going to move this here over there and make some space there. Similarly here, so I have 2 belts worth of space. That is one thing I need to change, and the other is now a setup to make actually the shape I require. For that I'm going to start with the paints and then the stacker, and this one here is green. And this one over there is then the red. And here you can already see the second one, which can go much further than the first one. Then in there, and there. And now I need to get a bit tricky. So first I need to cut. Then I need to just wait for a moment. So this is the clockwise rotation and this is the counterclockwise rotation. Then I need another two cutters. And then let's check. This is the one I need to rotate. And now if everything is correct, yeah, that is the correct setup. Now I can place in those two, then combine them. And now all I'm going to do is run one big loop for the two outputs here. And once they are full, let's say at least to this point here, I'm going to connect them, and that way I can very quickly get those 8 per second. So I don't actually need to build two full setups. I just need one setup that produces a decent amount, and then just trick in the whole system here into thinking that I'm producing the required amount already. Now while this is running, let's check anything else I no longer require. This is all removed. This one here still needs a few more, maybe 2000. Still need more of those. Yeah, still need to require a few more things, but that is all looking pretty good. And yeah, that should be enough, I would say. It just needs to connect those two. And you can see first check 3.1, but we're way ahead of the curve, so in 1-2 seconds this should be actually done. Okay, we are done with level 14 and have the belt reader. And the next shape is already being provided over here. So no real issue, we are way ahead of the curve right now. Then this setup here can go, it's not needed for anything else. And that is all looking very, very good already. Now I could start working on this shape here, but it's not really needed for the future levels, just for the upgrades here. And I'm actually waiting for an upgrade that will come in a couple levels before I start working on that. But having said that, there is one shape I could start working on, and that is the Goblin or Martian logo. So for that, I need to find a couple of things. I would prefer to have a half circle, half star shape and a circle in the vicinity. Alternatively, I can also just work with circles and stars. That is also an option. Let's just check. Can I find anything along those lines? Yeah, we have one here. Is there a circle close by? We have circles down there. Another one up there. It's not a rare shape, so I hope I can find a spot where I don't have to make such long railways. But I think if there is no real good spot, I'm just going to go with this one here. And the colors I need are just red and green, so this spot here is actually pretty good. So yeah, this one I'm actually going to do in full for you. So first I need a temp 3. And then I need, for one, some color areas. Right here. I need 2 different colors. Then I need stacking areas. And here I actually need 2 stacking areas, one before and one after. I will also need color. So I am going to need a mixer for the color down here. Yeah, that's the right one. So this one here is yellow. So I'm going to need these two. And the other one is just green. So I'm going to need this one there. Okay, now, next up. I need circles and stars. So the star, I only need a half star, so just 3 should be enough. And I can just connect them like so. Now, these need to be halved and turned into a top half. So for that, I need to rotate this one here in this direction and this one in that direction. And I need actually a second one of these, so let's build 2 of those, of these, and then a connection there. So that should work. Then I can connect them. And this one here needs to run into this one over there. So let's see. Let's go up there, then over here. And that is the lower shape for this one. Then on top of that, I need a circle. Circle down there. And I will also need a half circle later on. This one here then runs into the blue color, green color. And that is again the lower shape. And then the upper shape will go from the yellow coloring in here. So then I need once more the circles, and I need a halving setup like this here with one little modification. That is the direction of those here. So then in there. And this one here in there. And if everything is working as intended, I should now get a horn circle with a smiley face or smiling mouth. And this connection was somehow missing. Yeah, that should work. Now, I need to connect this to the hub, which is over here. And do I have an entrance? Yeah, I have an entrance. So let's see. Let's move this with a belt 2 all the way to over there. Then just connect that. And then I just need to connect this here. For example, over here. It doesn't matter if it's a Mark 2 or Mark 1. And then just going to run this straight in there. And that is that shape done. Very, very nice indeed. Now let's check. I'm done definitely with these now. Yeah, so I can start getting rid of this setup here. Again, just a bit cleanup and opening up more inputs again. So. Then the next shape I'm going for is going to be a bit more complicated, but I think for now we are way ahead of the curve. So let's see what's the next one that's being unlocked. The storage, not really that useful. This one here I'm going to wait, and these two are covered. This one is covered. I'm going to work on the next one for this tier down there, and that will actually require the 2 windmill shapes from earlier. Namely, I basically need a windmill in purple, then a white circle, and then another windmill, and then alternatively another white circle on top of that again. So I think that is going to be built, yeah, over here. That is a good spot for that. Do I still have enough windmills? Yeah. Circles I have, yeah. I'm going to build this now over here, which would be temp 4, of course. And a few minutes later we are done here. So I have built 2 instances of basically the same setup, one here and a second there, and a final stacker up there. So here I'm first mixing the white, then coloring the circles, then I'm mixing the purple, coloring the windmills, stacking them, and then stacking them again. The only deviation here is for the second setup here, I'm only putting circles on half of the windmills, and the other half goes directly into the final stacker. So the output is half and half with and without the final circle here, which is required for the next shape in this line here. So if I upgrade this mixing and painting, so you can see without the circle, and then the next one will be with an additional white circle on top. I'm not triggering this here at the top here because upgrading actually uses up the provided shapes, and I still need this here for the next level, so I don't want to run ahead and make the game a bit slower again. So with that said, let's have a look at the hub. So first of all, I think we have enough of these now, so I can get rid of them. No longer we need those uncolored shapes. And I also don't think we need the 5th line of blueprints here anymore. It's definitely enough to have 4 full bells for these. And let's see, okay, I can just get rid of that like so. Yep, that looks pretty good actually. Okay. And I'm just going to put down a marker here. For later, since that shape will become rather important at a later point in this playthrough. But I think for now, I'm just going to wait until I have this level here unlocked, and then we're going to make a few changes to the line over there. And we're just about to hit the next milestone, so I can go up here and switch the connection, so I'm producing the next shape, because there's definitely enough on the line. So we now have the storage, which will become useful in free play. And now it's time for this shape here, which we are, or should be already producing. Yeah, right there. Very nice to see that. So now I can upgrade here. And yeah, you can see I need a bit more of these than these. So I am, let me think. Yeah, I'm going to wait until I have this level here done, and then I'm just going to connect both outputs here, like so. And then I have half and half, and that should be exactly the mix I need until the end of, or at least until I'm done with the upgrades there. And you might have also noticed I did a little bit of cleanup here with the removal of unnecessary tunnels. So anyway, this is all running quite nicely. And yeah, this also needs to be finished first before I actually change the connections over here. So yeah, I am going to once more just skip ahead a bit until I'm done with the current level. Especially since the next one will unlock the quad cutter, which is very, very useful. And we're just about to finish with this level here, so let's just wait a few last seconds. And we now have the quad cutter, which in one step cuts a shape into 4 different quarters. And that means I can now go up here and connect here, and now I get a 50-50 mix for these shapes here, which will be required for the belt upgrades. Then, next up, I need this shape down here, that is the temp 2. And I can actually get rid of the temp 1 right now. So, for that I need to connect up here. And to speed things up a little bit, I'm actually going to disconnect here and move everything into this setup here, which will produce this specific shape over here. Later on, I'm going to go again for a 50-50 mix. But first we're going to finish with this level here. Now, in the intermediate time, let's check. How are we? I still need a few more of these and these here. But we now have the quad cutter. And that means I can work on the next tower. Because there are not only blueprint shapes we're going to need all the time in the future, but also 3 other shapes, and one of them is the purple star, or at least I call it that. And for that I need a star, And I need a shape like this here with 2 rounds and 1 rectangle. For example, this one here would also work. Question is, where am I going to build this? I think I'm going to build it right here. And then below I will build something else. Yeah, that looks like a good plan. So now the question is, which raw shape am I going to use? And I think I'm going to use this one here. So I'm going to build the first module more or less down here, since I may have to make a few modifications to it. And actually this one here, there. So the first thing I need to do is flip this around at least once counterclockwise. Then I am going to build up here a distributor, and then I need the quad cutter. Quad cutter. And build it there. And now I need to build a very specific shape. The first thing I need is actually rotation here. So this is in the lower right corner. Yeah, that looks good. Then I need this one is in the correct spot. This one here needs to be rotated in the other direction. That looks good. And this one here is not needed, so this can go. Then I can grab a stacker here. Not there. Then I can grab my stacker and place it here, and another stacker up there. So that's the part I am going to need. This is just a little marker down there. And then I can put together the rest of this setup here. So first of all, I need another one there. Then I need one here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I will need the tier 2 ones going up there. So this one here will go a bit further up and into 1, and that needs to go as high as it can. Then down here, let's just add a row of these, so I can add one here and add one there. Now this one here also needs to go one up. And then up here, and again as high as it can go. And this one here I actually need to move over there. So that looks good. Now this one here goes over there, this one goes up to this spot there. Then I can add a color mixer here. And actually this one here needs to be moved up to this spot as high as it can go. Then this one here goes over there as well. This one here, then I can grab a painter, put it there. So that's the bottom shape done. Now for the top shape, I'm going to need for one the stacker. I'm going to need another painter right there. Then I need white, so a color mixer here, another color mixer there. I will also need, let's see, I will need one here. Then this one here will have to go 3 down, I believe. Oh, just 1 down. So, and then again as high as it can go, but that is for the next module actually. As is that one there. So, then I have one here, I have one there. These need to go here and here. And then I have these here as far down as they will go, more or less, which is here and here. Connect them there. That looks good so far. And then I need this one here. And I think I can actually make this a little bit compact. Compacter than what I have up to now done. So if I build this here, then I could go with the second tunnel. Something along the lines of this here. That should be even more compact than what I had planned. Then I need one of these going down. This is the output. Subsequently, that's going to go down like so. And if I were to build one more of these right below, those line up. those line up. Let's do those. These all line up properly. Similarly, these. Yeah, that should work. Perfect. Now, just need to find the perfect spot for one of these modules. And I'm just going to build them more or less below here. So let's say one here. And again, I need 8 of these modules. So 2, 3. Wait, that was the wrong spot. Let's just correct it. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I actually I will need 2 of these. So let's build 2 towers. That should all work. And now, similarly to the blueprint towers, I need to run the required shapes here into the bottom. And those who were attentive likely noticed a few mistakes I made. For one, I had a belt in here in the wrong direction, and I actually built 9 instead of 8 of the modules per tower. But now you can see the shape coming out here. So let's just stop this so you can see an incomplete badge shape at the bottom and then a white star on top. And all of that is being produced in here. And already going all the way to almost the hub, because there is one last thing I need to do over here. And that is clean up the way a bit, because this is just in the path. So I'm just going to cut that out, move that over, then reconnect. And now I can run these here down. And now I need to do a little bit more cleanup down here. So what I would like to do is go with these here into those two on the side. Then I can clean up these here a bit better. And now these here are going to run straight down in there. And in here. And I'm not sure why there is different material in there. So now this is working as intended. And this one here, I'm just going to run through a tunnel in there. And then it will go to the end side there. Okay. So now we have the star shapes, and that is, as I said, one of the shapes that are going to be required infinitely for upgrades once I'm beyond tier 5. But having a look on the clock, I think this is a good point to stop with the episode here. So we will have 4 episodes in total likely instead of just 2. Next episode I plan to get to free play, and then in the 4th episode I will finish with the free play. And with that, all that's left for me to say is that I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, share and comment if you did so. It really helps with the algorithm. Independent of that, I wish you a nice day, and well, see you.